Welcome to the classroom. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
The financial function. The role of the financial function is to plan and manage or control the financial resources the business earns and spends. Some of the characteristics of the financial function are: it will manage all the finances and transactions of the business. It will manage the cash flow and the budgets of the business. It will keep the income and expenditure of the business. It pays business tax and business accounts. It manages business investments, loans, and shares. It includes employees such as finance administrators, finance clerks, and accountants. The human resources function. Any entrepreneur who wants to have a successful business will need human resources to help in the business. So it is important to look after these employees. Human resources management is the responsibility of the HR manager or department, depending on the size of the business. The HR manager must make sure that they employ the right number and type of people on a continual basis. To achieve this, his or her duties will include planning. This ensures that the business has the right skills in the right quantity at the right time. Recruitment, selection, and placement. Suitable workers are found and invited to apply for available posts. Applicants then need to undergo a selection process, and if successful, they are employed or appointed and placed. Induction. New workers go through an induction program to introduce them to the business, the people, and the job that they will be doing. And then there's compensation. The reward which is given to employees for their labor. It can be paid in various ways. Direct compensation, which is a monthly salary or a weekly wage. Indirect compensation, which are fringe benefits like pension funds, medical aid, insurance, and transport subsidies. The health and safety of the working environment. It is essential that the working conditions should be pleasant and safe before we can expect employees to be motivated and productive. Unsafe, unhygienic, and unpleasant conditions may result in an employee being injured or becoming ill. Businesses must comply with the requirements of the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Labor relations. Labor relations is the making, managing, and improving of relationships in the workplace. It costs a lot of money and time to employ suitable employees. This means that the labor must be efficiently used. The employees should be happy and productive. Conflict will lead to high staff turnover, poor attendance, less involvement, and other signs of poor performance. Some of the characteristics of the human resources function would be defining job descriptions and recruiting the right staff for the right posts, dismissing and retrenching staff if necessary, creating satisfactory, healthy, and safe working conditions for the staff, identifying all areas where staff would need development and to train the staff accordingly, keeping the business compliant with labor laws such as the Basic Conditions of Employment Act and the Employment Equity Act. It involves human resources managers, labor officers, and recruitment assistants, and sometimes you can have data capturers. The marketing function. The marketing function is the area of the business that determines the needs and wants of customers. It will then deliver products that satisfy those needs and wants. So the marketing function includes all the activities for moving a product from the producer to the consumer. Some people consider the production process and packaging to be part of the marketing function. All of these activities are generally included in the marketing function. Distribution. This is the process of making goods and services available for the use of consumption, directly or indirectly through the use of intermediaries. Distribution of products takes place by means of channels, which are sets of independent organizations or intermediaries involved in making the product available for consumption. Merchants are intermediaries that buy and resell products. Agents and brokers are intermediaries that act on behalf of the producer. Market research. This is an investigation to find out important information in order to identify and analyze the needs of the target market, market size, and competition. Market research can be done through experiments, questionnaires, surveys, and online research. Advertising. This activity creates an awareness of and awakens a need for the product or service the business wants to sell. There are different mediums for advertising such as television, radio, newspapers, magazines, displays, and the internet. And then sales. This is the selling of an offering to exchange something of value, either a product or service for something else, usually money. The sales team often forms a separate department in the business where specialists known as salespeople practice the art of selling. Another important thing to keep in mind when it comes to marketing or the marketing function is the marketing mix. The marketing mix is a business tool used in marketing products and services. It consists of 4 marketing procedures known as the 4 Ps. Number 1, the product. When starting a business, the entrepreneur has to think about and investigate the needs of the market. Who will the product be sold to? Having the right product at the right price, right place, and time can make the business a success, as well as the other way around. When looking at the needs of future customers, the marketing function would consider their ages, their interests, and how much money they are able to spend. And then price. The price of the product must be carefully calculated. There must be a balance between the costs, the profit, and what people are willing to pay. Products cannot be too expensive to produce, or the profit will be too small. Consumers want to feel that they are getting value for their money, or they will not buy it. The cost of the product must take all expenses into account, such as production, packaging, advertising, and staff wages. Place. Thought must be given to the location or where the product will be sold. It has to be where people are willing to buy it and where there are people who need it. It has to be near the production premises, or transport must be taken into account when calculating the costs. Promotion. This means advertising the product. How will you let the public know about what is being sold and why they should buy it? Consumers cannot buy something if they do not even know that it exists. There are 5 forms of advertising: television adverts, radio adverts, print adverts in newspapers or magazines, or pamphlets, display adverts such as signs hung in public places, or billboards. And one of the most cheapest and overrated ones, or underrated, depending on where and how you see it, word of mouth, where one customer tells another about a certain product. The 4 Ps are essential for a successful business. When a business is not doing well, the problem often lies in one or all of these factors. Some of the characteristics of the marketing function would include: it identifies the product and services that are in demand. It determines the prices of products by checking on the competitors' prices and the price that the target market will be willing to pay. It makes people aware of new products through advertising. Makes decisions about how to standardize the production process. Manages the marketing budget. Some of the employees that can be found in the marketing function would include sales representatives and consultants and marketing managers.
Thank you for joining us in this lesson. If you learned something, give the video a like, share, and subscribe for more great content.